Yes, people. What is going down? It's DJ Ash Noble here. Welcome back to another stream. Today, let's talk about my last minute booking that I got yesterday. So, we'll do like a little bit of an aftermath of it. So, for those of you who may or may not know, I did put a little video up this morning, and it's just little clips that I've taken while at the gig. So me in action at the gig, just me behind the DJ booth. I just got a few little videos, and I just essentially put them together. I do like to do this when I've got bookings and when I've got gigs. If I get the chance to do them, sometimes I'm just maybe too busy in the moment, too busy having fun spinning, that I do sometimes forget, or I just don't get round to doing it. Or sometimes at the time I don't like doing it because I like to be fully in with the set and stuff, and then when I don't do it, I sometimes think, like, after a set, like, I wish I'd got more videos of that, or I wish I'd got videos of it, when there's nothing to really show for what you've just done. So, so yesterday I got a last minute gig, and this last minute gig I was excited to play it, but it didn't really surprise me that I got offered it as a last minute gig. And for those of you who may or may not know, as we've been saying on this channel just lately, I've done quite a few like last minute bookings where, like, a DJ has pulled out, and then I've been asked, like, oh, do you want to step in and do a set? And yesterday was very much one of them moments, and it was exciting, but it kind of didn't really shock me at the same time. And I just thought, do you know what? I'm not surprised that people have pulled out, and I'll do it. So yesterday I played in Hull for an event called Clubland Vibes. Now, you may recognise that name before, and that is because I did actually play their launch event back in April, back on the Easter weekend, and they had Kelly Lorena, and that was a really good event. But you may or may not remember that I had a few issues. So I had a USB stick that just essentially had, like, broke, and it wouldn't read in the decks, and then I borrowed somebody else's stick and played a set which wasn't the set that I'd planned, and everything just, on that set, it just didn't really didn't work well in my favour. So it wasn't the best event for me, but that was probably just due to my own personal issues of just not making sure the music was sorted a little bit better than it should have been. So when I got offered to do it again today, and I thought, let's do it again. Let's do like a round two. I thought it'll give me a chance to make up for what I essentially didn't get to do at the last event. So I didn't get to play a good set to myself, what I planned. So this time I obviously set and I aimed, and obviously I thought to myself, I'm going to come back and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to smash it this time, and we're going to take it from there, and we're going to see how it goes, essentially. So that was obviously what I decided to do, and I went to the gig. I played second. So the club wasn't, as you'll see by the videos, a lot of people like to put the 2-bit penny sort of like hate speech on, like, oh, the club's dead, there's no one there. I was warming up. I was the second set of the night. Through the set, my set did get busier as it went along, but people think, like, because you've got a booking and it's on a flyer with some pretty decent names, that you're instantly I'm going to be in there playing, like a sold out club. And it's not always the case. Sometimes you can play an absolutely rammed night, but at the time when you're on, because it's so early, it might not be the busiest night on earth. So for example, when I played Bounce to Your Drop last year, I played the Ian Van Dal event and the Club Filler event. Now, playing them two events, I essentially played to, you know, not the busiest club on earth. But then on the Ian Van Dal event, the club absolutely rammed and it hit capacity, and it was an absolutely banging, just so busy night. But because I was on early, because I did, like, you know, God knows how long, I think on that event did I do like the first 45 minutes or something. You know, so obviously it's only just opened, you know, we're set for a busy night, and it just hasn't got busy at that point. But but like I say, people seem to think just because you're playing an event, you know, and you've got some pretty big names on the flyer like Flip and Phil, you know, you're instantly set for some absolutely massive banging night, and it's not always the case. So, you know, as I say, my set got busier as it went on, and it was still really enjoyable. So I played a mixture of like bounce and scouse. I played some of my own stuff, and just played a little bit of a mixture of everything, really, to be honest. I did sort of put a set together, but, you know, sometimes, you know, you don't always follow them sets that you put together. Sometimes, you know, you end up going with something a little bit different, or sometimes, you know, you go for something that you didn't maybe originally sit there and plan. You know, for whatever reason, you're going through a list of tunes, and then maybe a different song sort of gets the vibe a little bit more, and you think, you know what, I want to play this next because that's what I feel like playing. Whereas, you know, as opposed to maybe not going sort of like with what you know, with what you originally planned. So, you know, it was one of them, really. It was just one of them where it doesn't obviously work like that, and sometimes you end up going for something different. So I went on, played my set, which, like I say, really enjoyed it. Played some of my own stuff, played loads of belting, banging remixes, and then I handed over the decks to Lily Healy, who also played a banging set as always. And then Flip and Phil came on, who, you know, do what they always do, which is always banging, play all the Clubland anthems and stuff for Clubland Night, some of their own stuff as well, what they've, you know, been known for back in the day. And what I was going to say is you know, it was banging. After Flip and Phil, because I'm still sort of recovering from this illness and this cold, I did, however, decide that once Flip and Phil had been on from 12:30 till 1:30, that I was going to call it a day, and I was going to head myself home and get myself tucked into bed where it's warm. So I headed off probably about 1:33, something like that, and headed to a takeout. Just got some chips and cheese, and then just walked home. And I was probably home by about probably 10 past 2, and I was just more or less straight up into bed, and more or less to sleep. And, you know, the day is obviously over. But yeah, it was a really enjoyable event. So I just want to say a massive big ups and a massive respect to Lily Healy for getting me on the booking, and allowing me to go there and obviously show me skills, show me talent, and obviously you know, do what I can do. And yeah, I guess until next time. I guess definitely until next time. So next up for me is Bonanza this Friday in Manchester. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I'll try and get footage again, videos. I'm only emceeing at this one, but I'll see if I can't get a bit of footage for you. And yeah, make sure to like, comment, share. Peace.